All right, we're at 8006 Oak Hollow Lane. Super nice neighborhood. So, all well kept homes and yards. And I know you can't see a whole lot from this particular video with all the shadows and the distance, but it's a beautiful neighborhood for sure. So, here's the house. We'll walk around the outside real quick before we go inside. So, it's half brick, kind of half siding. Siding looks like it's in pretty good condition. Got these bushes here, lots of mulch. Uh, yeah, maybe some more older windows, but we'll take a look. Not sure yet. I can't tell from this far. Let's see. Gate here. This beautiful azalea in the backyard. These are in full bloom. These bloom, they stay bloomed for about 2 weeks. We have a couple in our yard and they are spectacular. Yeah, lots of pretty trees back here. So this is kind of a, a tiered yard, so to speak. So it goes up here to this fence. Nice back deck area. It is going to get some full sun back there. So let's just take this little pathway up here, see what we see. Okay. So this tree is really low. I don't know that you'd really walk up this particular pathway here. But you can see there's a little bit of flat area up there. The yard is mostly a hill. And it does go, the hill goes into the house. So that's definitely something you'd want to talk to the inspector about to make sure that the water is routed properly, which it totally might be. Just, definitely something to note. Yeah, back deck here. So this fence is hurting a little bit over here, this privacy fence. You can tell it's kind of slanted over here. So not a huge deal. That's not needed, but just one thing to know. So this is a painted wood deck, and it is, tiered like the yard. So this is kind of the lava rock down here. Some hostas, which are nice. Yeah, so beautiful yard. Let's walk the other way and see if we can circle around. So I think there's someone in there now. This one has multiple overlapping showings. So once we go in, we might hear other people there. I'll just do the best I can to, stay out of the way so we can talk. Here we go. So you can see the siding here looks like it's in good shape. The gutters aren't overflowing like the last one. Here is the condenser, which looks a little bit newer. Here we have probably some drainage, which is, all good signs. So there's some kind of wood issue up there on that lower window. Probably something would need to be replaced there. We've got a little bit of a interesting situation on this window right here too. I'm gonna get closer to it real quick. So you do have a gate on both sides, which is nice. And the yard is beautifully landscaped. So, that's kind of a weird thing. I'm not sure what that is. Rotting wood, rotting melted vinyl, maybe? I mean, this would get beat with the sun. Like, it's very hot right now and it's, April. So there could be a sun thing for the inspector for sure. So cute little those glass blocks are always really cute. Okay. Let's see here. So cute little tree. All right. And then we will head inside. Okay, so here we are inside Oak Hollow. And so we came right in the threshold here. We come in the door. This was really hard to open with the key. It's the lock is very old, so you'd probably want to get new locks for sure. Coat closet here. So pretty good space for some coats and shoes. And then we'll keep walking here. This is a wood floor. So either engineered wood or kind of pre-finished wood. It's hard to tell sometimes. It looks like it might be the pre-finished engineered wood, but it looks very nice. It's in good shape. I'll keep a look around the condition as we keep going. Oh, interesting sink situation here. I'm curious. Wow. Okay. Well, that's cool. So I've never seen that before. Very cool. We got tile backsplash along that back wall. So that's cute. And then, yeah, toilet. So this, there's a couple scuffs here on the floor. These might be able to be kind of buffed out. It feels pretty level. It feels pretty solid. It is a little shiny, so that'll reflect some light. So if you like that, but yeah. So this little powder room, guest bathroom, right off the entryway here is nice. And this is painted. It's a gray blue. It's a bluer gray. I would say it's in the neutral family, but it is a little bit darker than some neutrals. So when we come in, bathroom, and then we'll go right in here into the kitchen. So the kitchen is open to the dining area and this living area, which is really cool. Let's take a look around. So this is granite countertops. Actually, I think the same countertops as the other house we saw today has. These are a style of cabinet. These are like the French country style, I think. You know, I'm not sure if they're intentionally that dirty looking or if they're just a little bit dirty. You have an electric range here with a nice kind of hood vent up there. That is really dusty, so you'd want to probably clean that, but looks like it's in pretty good physical condition. Some cabinets here. So very cute. There's not a lot of workspace in this kitchen, so I think that's probably why we have this. So then this could be a workspace for you. This has a little bit more of a longer interrupted run here. Cute with the little benches here. That's neat. I don't think I've ever seen that. So really cool. Storage here. So this is where you do, like, if you had a lot of food prep, you'd probably do that right there. There's not a lot of space over here. So your kitchen sink outlooks the front. And let's see, let's just check the drawers. Yeah, so these are older cabinets. They don't slide, you know, super smoothly. And there's a little tweak in the floor, which you can probably hear, but that happens with houses. No big deal there. So you have this little peekaboo window here, and then this is open to the dining room. This is a much larger dining space than the first house we looked at today. This is a big table. So, you know, you have more width and you have more length in this dining space than the first house. So depending on how many people you need to seat on the regular, this is a much larger dining space. So now we're going to take 2 steps down into this kind of living room area, which is really nice. This beautiful built-in bookshelf here and these like dungeon cabinets kind of. Interesting look on the, like, these are like fence planks or something. So that's different. I've never seen that before, but this cabinet in general is very cool. So they have the TV here right next to the fireplace. This entire wall is bricked. So these tall ceilings are pretty cool. You have some skylights there and then some windows. So I'm excited to go upstairs and see. So the other side of that kind of kitchen workspace here is a step up bar. So you'd step up here and then, you know, you could either sit or this is not a full overhang for eating. So you adults couldn't really sit too comfortably there. You really need about 12 to 15 inches for that. This is going to be a little bit shorter, but for, you know, for children or for just the quick kind of meal, would work great. So you can see that the steps, you know, this was potentially, excuse me, an addition. I'm not sure. This maybe, if something was reworked in this house, I would imagine, to do that. So that beautiful picture window right there in the corner, and there's a lot of light in the home. So that is very nice. So you can't get too crazy with the couch here because you have to be able to walk through. That's about as big as you could go. But yeah, so looks great. And then you can see the dining space kind of in the corner back there. Very cool. Okay, we're going to go back up the steps and see. I'm thinking this goes to the garage, but let's just check. And yes, so nice big 2-car garage out here. That's the door to the exterior. We saw that from outside. So they do have an extra fridge. But yeah, normal, nothing to see there. It's just the 2-car garage. So it looks good. It smells a little bit like oil, so they probably changed oil or something. Basement. Okay, so we'll go down there at the end. So, all right, so let's walk upstairs now so we can see what those windows are for. So this is a painted wood, but like a rough wood, not like paneling. I don't think you'd get a splinter, maybe, but it's not smooth like paneling. It's definitely like a textured wood. So the paint condition on this wall is very poor. It's dirty. It's a matte paint, you know, if they have kids that like basically run their hands up the wall. That one's prime for a repaint. So I have no doubt you'd want to repaint that wall. Okay, yeah, so paint condition up here is poor too. Here is the primary, I would imagine, right directly to the left as you go up the stairs. So here we are, we came up the stairs and right here. So yes, this really nice space. You can see the difference in how much light comes in when they have the blinds open there and then the blinds closed there. And then these are usually little like storage cubbies, but let's take a peek. So yes, okay, so you get some additional closet space in here and then presumably in there. And then this is currently set up as, you know, like window ledge, but you could do a lot with that area. They have some shoe cabinets there, which is kind of neat. But this is a big space. There's a lot of room in here. There's an extra shelf up there. Nice ceiling fan. The sloped ceilings make it feel very large and expansive. This is a very cool space. So we'll come up the step here and then we'll enter the closet and bathroom area. So we have 2 closets right here. These are modest closets, but you know, there are 2 of them. And then there's those little additional storage cubbies. And then this is another closet. So this one's pretty big. And there is a, you know, kind of a basic organizer in there. So we will head from here into the bathroom. And sorry, it's kind of dark. Let me turn the light on. Okay, here we go. So bathroom, double vanity, very nice, pretty modern kind of look here. It's in pretty good shape. There's a gouge in the finish. It looks like there. Oh no, it's makeup. Well, okay, that's good. That'll wipe off. So let me just. And then here, you know, you have these cool mirrors, contemporary light, and then you do have the overhead, like the recessed lights too. Toilet area, nice looking shower. It's pretty clean. You know, it's a shower that people use, so it'd probably be cleaned again before they moved out. But the grout looks like it's in pretty good shape. These kind of big tiles in the back are a lot easier to clean because there's not as many grout lines. Really cool modern tub here that right out this window in the back. So you have a really nice kind of wooded view from the tub. So this room kind of has that slanted ceiling too. It's definitely different, but it feels really cool. It's definitely not a bad thing. It's just a little different. So we'll head out here. So this was the primary. Here's a big bedroom here. Good size. That's a twin bed, so you can kind of get a feel for that. So, and it's dark. It's painted a really dark blue. Oh goodness! And this door, okay. So this bifold closet door is not all the way attached. Here, I'm going to set this down so I can fix it. Okay, so I didn't break that, I promise. That was definitely already mostly broken. You could fix it. You would just have to get a screwdriver, and it's about the track down there. And okay, so here's the rest of this room. Ceiling fan. Then it looks like a Jack and Jill bathroom, which is nice. All right, so stand-up shower, bathtub. So these are older. You can tell by the color. I don't think people have used this color in the last like several decades, but it looks like it's in good shape. It's not, you know, it's not gross or anything. It's just a basic shower a kid would use. Bathroom here, or excuse me, vanity, mirror. Nice window there, brings in a lot of light. So then we'll walk through here into the other bedroom. So these 2 bedrooms share this bathroom right here. So you have this kind of closet here, and then I'm guessing another closet here. I'm kind of afraid now. Yeah, so they might be using this as an overflow closet. And this is currently set up as an office kind of and a guest room maybe. So it looks very cool. This is a big space. This room's a little bit bigger than the other room, I would say. So, okay, so we'll walk it again a slightly different way. So we're in the hallway, right? So here's the hallway. So there's the 1 bedroom there. And then there's bedroom number 2 here and bedroom number 3 here. And these 2 share the bathroom in the middle as a Jack and Jill bathroom. So, and again, this room is a little bit larger than this one. And then this is the room that overlooks this here. So that is an interesting setup. You do get that skylight. You know, it's definitely different, but it's pretty cool. It feels big in here. It feels nice. Oh, and this one has the French door entrance, so that's kind of cool. So, okay, so let's head downstairs. And then, and so far, like this is the only color I think you'd really want to repaint, in the near future. That, and they might take those stickers down and everything, but that wall's pretty beat up. So it is probably because the kids run their hands up the wall. If you used a glossy paint, those are a little bit easier to wipe down. So we will come back here. So I'll pan around. So kitchen, kind of living area, dining room. Here's the cool bar, powder room, garage. And then down here is the basement. So we'll go check out the basement. All right, so these are either a laminate or a vinyl. I can't see because it's not that light in here. Stairs, and they have the carpet kind of over them. Oh, it is a gray. It's got to be that gray LVP that everybody used for like that decade, a couple years ago. It looks pretty good. So let's see. So we have this big kind of rec room area down here, which is pretty cool. They use it as a theater room, clearly. So you have the big projector set up there and the projector here. This has been redone recently. This paint is in much better condition down here. So it doesn't smell like a wet basement. There's definitely an air freshener in here. So I can't always pick up any unpleasant smells when it's, there's a lot of air freshener, but I don't smell, it doesn't smell like mildew. It doesn't smell like cat pee. This is a neat little kind of bar area back here. So there's a lot of angled ceilings in this house. And there is a light. How do you turn this light on? Let's see. Okay. So there's a little bit of a light back here. So there's some cool stuff. This little cabinet thing, I don't know, this probably wouldn't stay, but you can get a feel for how much space. Like that's like a wall cabinet size, like 15-inch depth, probably, maybe a little bit less. And then you have this cool piece of granite right here. So, okay, so then we'll go, here is downstairs bathroom. Oh, okay. All right, here, let's see. We'll look at the bathroom. Floor is a little bit loud, but it's not too bad. A solid color shower curtain would kind of tone down the room here. Nice looking insert. This was put in not that long ago. It looks like it's in good shape. It's clean. There's no gross like orange mildew or anything nasty in there. So standard vanity mirror. This is a good size basement bathroom for sure. Okay, so there's the bathroom, and then we will walk into here. So here's utility. Let's see, utility. And this is utility. So it's going to there's the furnace, water heater. Those look pretty good. They look newer. The furnace is newer than the last one. This built-in central cleaning system, I don't know, could either be a house vac or it could be an air filter. It's probably in the listing. I haven't looked at it, but it probably says if it's got one of those. So utility space here. Okay, so then this is probably a little closet. Yes, little closet there. All right, so we're in the basement. We've come down the stairs, right? Here's the rec room. And then here is the utility space. Here's the bathroom down here. And then and this has a light switch from both sides, which is really nice because if you enter from this way, there's a light switch here. And then if you enter from that way, there's a light switch there. So here's another, not a bedroom down here. So this is a great space. They have it set up as a bedroom. I'm not sure it would legally qualify as a bedroom as there's no egress to the outside from this room. That window does not count. But let's see, where does this go? Okay, this is a closet. It's a pretty small closet. It's maybe about 1.5 feet deep, maybe 2 feet. I can't really get to it, but it is a small closet. This is a small one. So in here, cool accent wall. French doors here. So, and this could maybe potentially be turned into, a safe bedroom. So, the risk with the egress there is that if there's a fire and there's no way out, that obviously, isn't great. Here's big, so here's the big rec space. So they have some cabinets here. This little nook. So, very nice. And then, yeah, so that's that kind of not bedroom. And then utility. And then that bathroom is back behind that big wall. So there's the bar area there. And then we'll walk back up. Oh, huh. Well, that's cool. So they did some cool stuff, definitely some cool stuff. So we'll head back up the stairs here. And then we will end up back in the entryway. So then there we go. So there's the kitchen. And the furnace is a little bit louder in this one. You can definitely hear it. The air is blasting right now because it's really hot outside. So it's not super loud, but you can hear it. So there we go.